The shape tool is the 10th tool in the toolbar, and it looks like whichever shape was last used. The default is the rectangle shape. But if you tap the tool, you will get a secondary toolbar with all of the available shapes. There are 18 of them in total. I'm not going to go through every shape with you because I'm sure that would be very boring. But I will show you some of the options that you have when working with different types of shapes. First, let's start with a basic shape, the rectangle. I can drag out a rectangle on the artboard. While I am dragging, if I put one finger on the screen with my other hand, it will keep the rectangle in a square aspect ratio. If I hold two fingers on the screen, then I can move the rectangle around freely. Then putting back to one finger will allow me to adjust the size of it again. Or no fingers, and I can adjust it in any aspect ratio I want. If I hold three fingers on the screen, I will draw from the center of the shape rather from the top left corner. If I hold four fingers on the screen, I will draw from the center without keeping the aspect ratio. In the contextual menu, I can choose the types of corners that I want the rectangle to have. These are the same options as we had using the corner tool. And as always, I can convert the shape from a live shape to Bezier curves by clicking the Two Curves button. Now let's choose a little bit more complicated shape. We'll use the triangle next. Tap on the shape menu, and then look for the shape that you want. I'll choose triangle. The same gesture shortcuts for maintaining aspect ratio, moving the shape on the canvas, drawing from the center, all work here. But we can also see that we get this orange modifier handle at the top of the triangle. You will see the orange modifier handles on many different shapes, and they mean that there's something on the shape that can be manually adjusted. In this case, it is the topmost point of the triangle. We can drag it to the left or to the right to adjust what type of triangle we have. For example, if I want a left-right triangle, I can drag it all the way to the left. Most of the shapes have one or more of these modifier handles. Let's look at another more complicated shape. First, I'll move the triangle and the rectangle. Tapping on the shape tool, we will choose the callout rectangle. The callout rectangle has several modifier handles. We can adjust various aspects of the shape, such as the position of the tail, how big the tail is, the height of the tail, and the roundness of the corners. Most of the options that can be changed by modifier handles can also be changed in the contextual menu, which of course will allow you to enter specific values. For example, on the radius, which is the roundness of the corners, I can enter 35. Tap OK, and the radius of the corners will adjust. Same with the tail end. If I put in 40, it will move it along the bottom. There are also a few options that can only be accessed from the contextual menu for some shapes. For example, if I come back to the shape menu and choose the square star tool, in the contextual menu I can choose how many sides there are. I can't adjust that with a modifier handle, but I can drag out to create more sides or drag in to create less. I can also tap on it to enter an exact value, say 35. Experiment with the different shapes so that you can learn the different options that each of them has. You can create a lot of different shapes by using the different options that are in the shape menu. Next, we will be talking about the text tools.